There are many trails throughout the world. One of those trails is the Colorado Trail, also called the CT. The CT is 567 miles of trail that extends from Denver to Durango. In 2021, I was fortunate enough to be a part of a trail crew with the Colorado Trail Foundation, also called the CTF. The CTF provides and maintains a linear, non-motorized, and sustainable recreation trail between Denver and Durango, Colorado. This was my first involvement with trail crews, and it was an eye-opening experience. I had no idea of all the work that was involved with building and maintaining trails. The section we were going to be working at was at Miners Creek, near Frisco and Breckenridge. This location is a vehicle-supported hike-in at higher elevation, at roughly 10,500 feet above sea level. Each trail crew has different requirements and different conditions to work in. This crew was a vehicle-supported hike-in, which means that the crew will hike in with date packs, while the backpacks, tools, group gear are all transported by vehicle tuned from the parking lot to the campsite. Crews are self-supported, so each member has to bring their own food, cooking equipment, and water treatment method. The CTF will provide food hanging equipment, prevent from bears, a group community tarp, and crew members will construct a backcountry toilet facility. Crews at high elevation can be challenging. Volunteers considering elevation crews should be physically active and acclimate to elevations above 9,000 feet. So, why the trail crews? Well, over time, trails have to be maintained. Weather and nature can't be controlled, and there will be natural erosions on the trail from rain, snow, wildlife, and natural use. Trails generally start out roughly between a foot to 2 feet wide. More specifically, between 18 and 24 inches wide. One of the main reasons for this size range is to minimize impact to the wilderness and trail sustainment for longer periods of time. Over time, with the use of hikers, cyclists, and horseback riders, the trails will become wider with repeated use. If you look at older trails, you'll notice they become very wide. Routes become exposed, and more wildlife and plants are threatened as the trail gets wider. Closing down old sections and rerouting traffic to these new paths will give older sections a chance to regrow while keeping the area sustainable. However, some people are not respectful of the closed older trails and want to continue to use them. This continued use will cause continued erosion, so volunteers and forestry service will cover these old trails with branches and fallen trees to prevent use of the old sections. There are various tools used to maintain and build trails. I had no idea about the amount of work that was put in. I always thought machining equipment was used, like excavators or backhoes. However, a lot of that technology is unable to access these remote areas on the trails. Additionally, there are restrictions in wilderness areas on mechanical tools. Some areas do not even allow chainsaws in, so trees have to be cleared by hand saws. Each tool has a specific purpose and intention. Using these tools is hard work. Another thing I was oblivious to was who was doing the hard work. I always thought trails were built or maintained by park rangers or forestry services. In a sense they are, but majority of the work is done by volunteers. Regular people like you and me. People that are dedicated to the sustainability and recreation in the outdoors. On crew 1421, there were 10 of us. Our work site was just under a mile away from our campsite. This campsite was picked due to ease of access from the support vehicle, readily available water in the area, and the approximate close distance to the work site. This was a 6-day crew. Setting up camp on Sunday, working for 4 days, then packing up and returning home on the 6th day. However, our crew finished the planned sections faster than anticipated, and the crew leader cut our time a day earlier. In the end, there will be physical work involved on trail crews. But in that hard work, you can take away many instances. The people you meet, the views you see, the moments you experience, and the impact you create are all something you can carry with you for the rest of your life.